everyone, welcome back to Biophilia, your all-time study mate. Today we are going to continue with the chapter of Animal Kingdom with the first phylum about Porifera. So if you get any benefit from this or just to help us to reach out many more students, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our amazing channel Biophilia. So let's try to make this video a bit more interesting. So do you remember this famous cartoon SpongeBob SquarePants? क्या सबने ये वीडियो देखा था about SpongeBob SquarePants? I hope you must have seen this in your childhood. ये cartoon series. So how is it related to our topic today? So SpongeBob series जो था about cartoon, it was actually inspired by our today's topic, that is about sponges. So sponges is the other name of Porifera. So these sponges had been inspired the person who made this cartoon series about SpongeBob. So जैसे ही मेरे को ये पता चला था, I was very excited to know more about and share you all the information about poriferans. So I hope you are also more excited than me to know about the sponges which was inspired to make the SpongeBob series. So let's then dive deep into the ocean of knowledge, and now let us understand about sponges in detail. So sponges जो होते हैं, they are going to be the other name about poriferans, and poriferans has a meaning that is called as pore bearers. So जो study होती है about sponges और the persons who study about them, so उनकी study को बोलते हैं parazoology. So the sponges जिसके बारे में हम पढ़ रहे हैं, so you should know that where are they found. So they are going to be found in the aquatic habitat. Aquatic है यानी they can have their habitats either salty condition में, that is marine water, or they can be found in fresh waters as well. So poriferans की एक खासियत होती है that even after being animals, that means animals zoology, study of animals is zoology. So zoo word is related to motility. So even they are animals and they belong to the characteristic that they are movable, they can move. But still you can see that these poriferans are going to be sessile at their adult stage. अब sessile है यानी what do you understand by it? Sessile means they are going to be fixed or they are going to be attached to the substratum. So ये fixed होते हैं at their adult stages, but since they are animals, so there should be some mobility during their life cycle. So ये motility जो होती है that is found at their larval stage. So larval stage में they are going to be free floating. Now poriferans की आदत हो सकती है that they can try to live alone. So if they are alone living having, then they are called as solitary. और अगर उन्हें ग्रुप्स में रहना पसंद है, so they are going to be colonial types of sponges. So if you want to understand more about the examples, so solitary sponges का example होता है that is Cycon, and the colonial form of sponges is going to be Leucosolania. So Leucosolania is the colonial form of sponges and Cycon is going to be the solitary or alone living type of sponge. Now sponges के बारे में you should know that is they are going to have cellular level of organization. So हमने previous video में देखा था about basis of classification. So basis of classification में the first one that was level of organization. So the basic level of organization is going to be cellular level. So cellular level यानी क्या होता है? So just for a revision sake, I will tell you that cellular level is going to be the organization जहाँ पे cells are going to loosely aggregate, and when they loosely aggregate, they are going to have a little bit of division of labor, but ये loosely aggregate है, उसकी वजह से they do not form tissues. वो tissues नहीं बना पाते हैं, but still they can have some division of labor found in them. So next about sponges is going to be adults जो होते हैं, they are asymmetric and the larva is going to be radially symmetric. So this was about their body symmetry. Then the sponges are diploblastic and they are a coelomate organism. So अगर ये जैसे words है asymmetric, radially symmetric, diploblastic, acoelomate, ये सारे terms के definitions and detailed study was done in the previous video. So that was about basis of classification, जहाँ पे हमने सारे bases cover किए थे, and we also understood about these terminologies. So if you do not remember or you want to revise those terms, then you can go and click on the link in the description box. So वो link के ऊपर आप click करोगे, so that will be directed to the previous video and you can go and understand about them in detail. So for now we are just going to go through the terms. Detail में you can go and check out in the previous video. As we just now saw that sponges are going to have cellular level of organization, so you might have a thought for a while कि उनकी body form is going to be a bit simpler, but comparatively it is going to have a complex system made up of pores and canals, और ये pores and canals सब साथ में आके एक characteristic feature बनाते हैं for sponges, that is called as water canal system. So this water canal system, which is important, is going to consist of many pores and canals. So ये canals में से जो central cavity होती है, wherein all the canals are going to open, it is called as spongiocele. अब spongiocele का एक दूसरा नाम होता है, that is called as paragastric cavity. So paragastric cavity or spongiocele is going to be one and the same. So opening of the spongiocele, जहाँ से spongiocele open होगा and the water is going to move out of the body or the cavity, that is called as osculum. और यहाँ से water is going to enter into the spongiocele with help of many perforations. So these perforations leading to numerous canals is going to be called as the ostium. So अगर आपने sponge देखा होगा, so sponge you must, the sponge that you usually use, the artificial sponge for cleaning purposes, so that is going to have many small pores. So the sponge is going to be very porous in nature. So that pores in real sponges also are going to called as ostium, जहाँ से water is going to enter into the spongiocele. So how is the pathway of the water that goes in and out of the sponges? So it is going to be water which is going to be all over the body of the sponges, वो जाएगा into the spongiocele with the help of ostia. So ostia की मदद से the water is going to enter and it will go through the canals, and all many canals are going to open into the central cavity, that is called as spongiocele. Spongiocele में enter करने के बाद the water is going to collect and get out of the body with the help of the opening at the top of the sponge, that is called as osculum. So osculum से water will go out and get mixed with the surroundings. Similarly, this process of getting in and out of the water will continue for the living of the sponges. So how this actually occurs, now let us visualize by a video so that you get a better clarity about the water entering and getting out of the osculum. So let's see the video. So here you are going to see that there is a fluorescent dye which is spreaded all over the sponge. So ये sponge से जो अंदर जाएगा, so the sponge that goes is going to be nothing but your ostia. So ostia से सब अंदर जाएगा and with the help of the osculum. So this is going to be your osculum जहाँ से the fluorescent dye is going to come out, and because of that reason the all translucent dye will disappear from the adjacent parts of the sponges. Only from the osculum it is going to come out. So वो एक ही pathway होता है, that is one way or unidirectional. Unidirectional होता है because it is going to enter only through the ostium or the ostia if you call it in plural form, and it will only get out from the osculum. So this was a little thing, you can go and rewind back to understand how it actually functions. Now let's understand about the body wall of sponges. So body wall को अगर section में convert किया गया, so you can understand that there are going to be three major regions. So first region, that is the pycnoderm. So pycnoderm, or also called as dermal layer, is going to be the outer cellular layer. Now this outer cellular layer has two types of cells, that is flattened pinocytes and oval shaped porocytes. अब pinocytes जो होते हैं they are going to be involved in the process of protection. So they are involved in protection, and the porocytes are involved in formation of ostia or the perforations along with the canals for the sponges. Second layer होती है that is mesohyl layer. Mesohyl layer को second नाम होता है that is mesenchyme. So this mesenchyme is going to be importantly non-cellular layer. Now non-cellular layer, that is mesenchyme, it will be found between the pycnoderm, that was your outer layer, and the choanoderm, that is going to be the inner layer. So ये क्या होगा? It will be in between, sandwiched, that is in the pycnoderm and the choanoderm. Now this mesenchyme layer is going to have spongin fibers as well as numerous spicules. So spongin fibers and spicules are going to make the mesohyl layer. अब इनमें कुछ cells मिलते हैं that is called as amoebocytes. Now these amoebocytes are also being present in the pycnoderm as well as choanoderm. But you can still see these amoebocytes in this layer because amoebocytes, इसमें word आता है amoebo, which is related to the amoeba that you know, and it is movable structure or movable cell. So ये हर बार ये सेल में मूव करते रहेगा and that is going to get transported from one place to another because of this non-cellular layer. Third आता है that is called as choanoderm or the gastral layer. Now this is going to be the inner cellular layer and present with the flagellated choanocytes. These flagellated choanocytes also have another name, that is collar cells. Now these collar cells in the choanoderm are going to be responsible for ingestion, yani taking in of the food, and when the taken food is inside the body of the sponges, there will be digestion occurring. So there are going to be many secretions. So secretion में the mesohyl, that was the non-cellular layer. So non-cellular layer भी कौन secrete करेगा? The choanoderm. And also the differentiation of the sex cells is going to occur from the choanoderm. So here you can see in the diagram that there are going to be numerous types of labelings. So ये labelings में first of all spicules आते हैं which are going to be present in the mesenchyme layer. Then the choanocytes, which are flagellated cells. Then your epithelial cells, which are going to be found at the outer layer in the pycnoderm. फिर पोरोसाइट्स आते हैं forming the osteas, amoebocytes which are able to move, and then you can see about the ectoderm and the endoderm, that tells you that it is going to be a diploblastic type of organism. And then you can also see the direction of water current कि वो पोरोसाइट से अंदर जाएगा towards your spongocoel or the central cavity. So in this way you can understand this particular diagram. Moving ahead about the types of amoebocytes. Amoebocytes जो हमने देखे थे which were going to move inside the mesohyl layer or the mesenchyme. So ये amoebocytes के बहुत सारे variants, or you can say there are many types of these amoebocytes. So these types, the first that is going to be archaeocyte. So archaeocyte जो होते हैं it is going to be undifferentiated totipotent cells. Now what do you mean by totipotent? Totipotent means it can give rise to new cells. So it can give rise to different types of cells, and because it can give different types of cells, it can have modifications, and the modifications are going to give new names to these cells. सो आर्कियोसाइट अनडिफ्रेंशिएटेड होता है, अगर वो डिफ्रेंशिएट हो जाएगा तो उसके नेम चेंज हो जाएंगे. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल द फर्स्ट मॉडिफिकेशन दैट ऑकर्स टू प्रोवाइड फूड फॉर द डेवलपिंग सेल्स, सो वो सेल्स को बोला जाता है ट्रोफोसाइट्स और द नर्स सेल्स. So nerve cells, because they are going to provide food for the developing cells. Then thesocytes. So thesocytes are going to be like your storehouse. So they are going to store the food which can be required by the sponges in future. Then gland cells. Gland से यानी secretion होगा. So secretion of slimy substances which is required in the mesenchyme layer, that is going to be by the gland cells. Spongioblast होते हैं तो spongin fibers release करते हैं, and these spongin fibers are going to be present in the mesohyl layer. Then there is scleroblast. So before scleroblast, they are going to secrete spicules. So spicules, again we have seen that they are found in the mesohyl layer. So ये spicules के दो types हो सकते हैं. If the spicules are going to be calcareous, यानी अगर वो कैल्शियम से बने हैं और they have calcium in the spicules, they are called as calcareous sponges. So calcareous sponges में the scleroblast is going to have a new name that is called as calcoblast. So क्या बोलते हैं, अगर spongin the spicules are going to have calcium, that means they are going to be called as calcareous sponges, and calcareous sponges have calcoblast, which is the other name for scleroblast. For example, if the spicules are going to have silica present in them, अगर वो सिलिका रखते हैं, then the sponges are called as silicous sponges. So these silicous sponges are going to have the silicoblast instead of scleroblast. So this was a little important point to remember कि spicules के दो types हो सकते हैं, either they are made up of calcium or they can be made up of silica. So अगर calcium से बने हैं and that spicules present, that makes the sponge name calcareous sponges, and instead of scleroblast you call it calcoblast. और उसी जगह पे अगर spicules सिलिका से बने हो, then the sponges are called as silicous sponges, and the scleroblast name changes to silicoblast. So I hope कि ये explanation was sufficient to make you understand about the scleroblast. Moving with the next type of amoebocyte, that is choanocytes. So choanocytes are going to secrete collagen fibers. Now again, these collagen fibers are going to help in formation of endoskeleton. So जो भी materials of the cell needs to be hold on together, so that is going to be secreted by the choanocytes. फिर आते हैं myocytes. So you must know that myo is the word which is used for muscles. So जहाँ पे भी myo word आता है, it is related to muscles. So these myocytes are going to form a circular ring around the osculum. So osculum, which is the opening of the spongiocele, उस पे ये circular ring जैसे बनाएगा, and because it is a muscle tissue or the muscle cells, it is going to help in opening and closing of the osculum. So जब the sponge body needs to conserve or do not let the water to move out, तो ये myocytes जो है वो अपने आप को constrict करके the osculum is going to be closed, and when they relax again the osculum will be opened. Then there are germ cells which are going to form and develop the sperms and the ova, which are going to be the gametes or the sex cells of the sponges. Then chromocytes. Chromo is the word that is used for color. So जब भी chromo आएगा, it is related to color. So the chromocytes are going to have pigment granules, and because of the pigments and the secretory substances, they are going to impart color to the sponges. फिर लास्ट आते हैं, that is phagocytes. These phagocytes are going to collect the food from the choanocytes. Choanocytes से food collect करेंगे, and then they are going to engulf, excrete the damaged cells. So they can also include the food, या फिर जो सेल्स मर चुके हैं या डैमेज्ड हो चुके हैं उनको भी ये अपने अंदर लेकर it is going to digest all the food materials, or you can say the damaged cells. So here in the diagram also you can try to guess about the different types of cells and their function. Let's now understand about the various processes that goes on into the sponges. So first process अगर हम देखेंगे that is about digestion. So digestion कैसे होगा in the sponges, because sponges do need to live and they need to feed on something. So the digestion का first step, that is ingestion, that is because they are feeding on the zooplanktons. So zooplanktons will be fed, and since they are going to absorb water और water के साथ जब ये planktons इनमें होते हैं, they are going to be called as filter feeders. Now they are filter feeders because उनके पास pores होते हैं, that is ostia, and these ostia are going to act as a filter. So that is the reason the type of digestion for sponges, it is called as filter feeders. Now digestion का type कैसे होता है? Type of digestion is going to be intracellular. Intracellular है यानी there will be process of making vacuoles. There will be production of vacuoles, and vacuoles, they are going to secrete enzymes, and those enzymes are going to help to digest that particular zooplankton. हम digestion हो गया, the energy or the leftover material needs to be stored, so that storage will be done in the thisocytes. So this is nothing but a glass container you can think of जहाँ पे बचा हुआ खाना और the energy is going to be stored. Now if you can see in the diagram, what can you see? Amoebocytes hai, then there is conocytes, and then there is phagocytosis occurring. So how this thing actually functions is, यहाँ पे if you remember that here there is going to be the mesohyl layer wherein the amoebocytes are found. So this mesohyl layer is going to be attached to the outer wall wherein the ostia are present. So ostia से जब zooplanktons will be coming through the pores, वो अमीबोसाइट कैप्चर कर लेगा बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स सूडोपोडिया. सो जैसे ही वो जू प्लैंक्टन या फूड इज कैप्चर्ड बाय द अमीबोसाइट, इट विल बी ट्रांसफर्ड टू द कुओनोसाइट. सो अमीबोसाइट से अब कहाँ पहुँच गया? इट हैज़ रीच द कुओनोसाइट. अब जैसे ही कुओनोसाइट में आएगा, अगेन इट इज गोइंग टू बी पास्ड ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट थिंग, दैट इज कुओन्ड्रोसाइट. सो कोनोसाइट से वो बाहर निकल जाएगा, एंड फूड पार्टिकल व्हेन इट रीचेस आउट इनटू द स्पॉन्जोसील, उसको एक वैक्यूल में बंद कर दिया जाएगा, एंड वन देयर इज वैक्यूल फॉर्मेशन, द इंट्रासेल्युलर डाइजेशन विल ऑकर. सो नेक्स्ट सिस्टम आता है, दैट इज अबाउट रेस्पिरेशन. सो रेस्पिरेशन जो है, इट इज गोइंग टू ऑकर with the help of diffusion. So the oxygen is going to come into the body and carbon dioxide is going to get released out from the body with the help of water canal system. So जैसे हमने देखा that from the ostia the water will enter, it will go into the spongiocele. Spongiocele में there is going to be exchange of gases, and then the carbon dioxide rich blood will be thrown out from the osculum. So this was the particular function that was occurring. Next आता है, that is about circulation. So circulation, since it is a primitive organism, circulation या circulatory system is going to be absent in the case of sponges, but still it needs to get communicated to the other cells. So for that reason, whatever needs to be transported from one cell to another, that will be taken with the help of water canal system. सो नाउ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि वाटर कैनाल सिस्टम बहुत सारी चीज़ों में हेल्प करता है. इट इज़ गोइंग टू हेल्प यू फॉर रेस्पिरेशन, दैट इज डिफ्यूजन ऑफ गैसेस, for the digestion purposes, to make food vacuoles and intracellularly digested. Even circulation के मामले में भी, if you want to transport things, then also water canal system is going to be useful. Next is about excretion. So as you might know कि जो excretion और main waste होता है, that depends upon what sort of habitat the animal lives. So generally, if you think about the toxicity, about the various types of waste that are going to be produced, so toxicity wise, the most toxic is going to be ammonia. So अमोनिया के टॉक्सिसिटी के बाद there is going to be urea, and after urea it will be uric acid. So this is the toxicity level about the waste products that are formed. So toxicity के just opposite होता है the water required. So water required to remove this toxic waste, so that is going to be highest for ammonia, then for urea, and then for uric acid. So जैसे toxicity कम होगी, water required to remove the waste is going to decrease. So for sponges, water can be a very good source to remove the वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट. सो अगर उन्होंने अमोनिया यूज एक्सक्रीट भी किया इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अमोनिया, still they are going to have a lot of water surrounded, so that they can excrete that toxic ammonia. But if you compare it to humans, humans में भी अमोनिया फॉर्म होता है, but that ammonia will be transformed into urea into the liver of the human beings, and then urea will be excreted with the help of kidneys. So if you might know कि अगर humans ने अमोनिया excrete करना शुरू कर दिया, then what will happen? There might be a usage of lot of water from the body to excrete out ammonia. So ammonia की जगह पे a lesser toxic substance was developed, which is going to help in concentration of urine. So यूरिया से भी less toxic कौन होता है? uric acid. So you know that uric acid is going to be excreted by the birds. So pigeon या crow या sparrow, if you might have seen any of the birds, so their excretion is going to be in the form of droppings. So उनके जो यूरिक एसिड्स होते हैं वो pellets बनाते हैं, and that is going to have very low content of water. So they can excrete their uric acid with a very low amount of water, because it is the least toxic type of excretion waste. So since here water is not a problem for the sponges, so the main waste is going to be still ammonia. अब अमोनिया को अगर excrete करना है, so it is not going to have any fancy system like urinary system having kidneys, urinary bladder and ureters. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा for sponges. It is just going to occur by a simple process, that is diffusion. Since the concentration gradient is going to differ, that is ammonia ज़्यादा होगा in the body of the sponges as compared to the surroundings, so ये body से surroundings तक diffusion will occur, that is ammonia will be thrown out into the atmosphere, not atmosphere exactly, into the environment through the osculum. So about skeleton, so skeleton may the sponges are going to have endoskeleton. So endo, that is inside. So inside the body of the sponges they are going to have their skeleton, and it is made up of two major compounds, that is calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3, that is present in the calcareous type of sponges, or it can be silicon dioxide in the silicaceous sponges. So ये जो calcareous या silicaceous sponges है, these are divided on the basis of skeleton. So skeleton can be used as a basis of classification of sponges. So sponges को अगर हमें further divide करना हो, that we are going to see in the further slides, so that will be based on the skeleton formation. So अगर वो calcium से बना है या silica से बना है, that is going to be the differentiating factor. नेक्स्ट अबाउट द नर्वस सिस्टम. सो नर्वस सिस्टम ऐसा कोई नर्वस सिस्टम या सेंस ऑर्गन्स विल नॉट बी प्रेजेंट, एज इट इज़ अ प्रिमिटिव ऑर्गेनिज्म, and it will also lack coordination between the cells. It is just the starting of cell aggregation. So ऐसा कुछ बहुत अच्छा सा वेल डेवलप्ड नर्वस सिस्टम नहीं होगा to control and coordinate. Next is about reproduction. So reproduction, the sponges are going to be the organisms which are bisexual. So sometimes in examination bisexual word की जगह पे you can also find hermaphrodites or monoecious. So इन तीनों words का meaning same ही होता है, that is all the sexes, that is male and female type of sexes, both are going to be in the same body. So same body में होने की वजह से there is no problem for the sponges to undergo reproduction. They can also have the asexual mode of reproduction, that is by fragmentation as well as budding. So budding में भी दो types होते हैं, that is internal budding and the external budding. So external budding होता है that you all know with the common example of hydra. So hydra में you must have seen that the bud formation occurs. So the bud formation that occurs is nothing but the external budding. But internal budding जो होता है, that internal budding is going to be nothing but formation of gemule. So here you can see about the gemule in the diagram besides. So the gemule is going to be formed which is the internal bud, और ये gemule जो होता है it is going to have large mass of archaeocytes. So in the types of amoebocytes हमने देखा था about archaeocytes which are going to be undifferentiated cells. Now these undifferentiated cells को एक साथ एक protective capsule में बंद कर दिया जाता है, so that if there are any unfavorable conditions, तो उन unfavorable conditions में ये archaeocytes को जब एक साथ बंद कर दिया जाएगा in a protective capsule, they would be out of the danger zone of the unfavorable conditions. और जब भी ये favorable हो जाएंगे, at that time these archaeocytes will again differentiate into different types of amoebocyte cells and then they will form the entire sponge body. So जैसे अभी यहाँ पे कोविड situations है, so कोविड situations are not favorable conditions for humans. So in some cases जहाँ पे sponges को favorable conditions नहीं मिलते हैं, at that time the internal budding is going to help, that is gemule formation. So reproduction के बाद आता है that is development of that particular offspring. So offspring का जो development होगा it is the indirect type of development. So indirect development क्या होता है, that is the development is going to involve the larval stage. So if there is any sort of larva that is present, तो उसको development बोलते हैं, that is indirect type of development. So यहाँ पे जो sponges होते हैं they can have two types of larva depending upon the examples of the sponges. So the first type of larva is going to be amphiblastula larva. Amphiblastula larva, and the second one that is parenchyma larva. Now these two larvae are going to have some differences. So let's see the differences. Amphiblastula जो होता है it is a hollow type of larva, whereas parenchyma is a solid and a free living larva. So amphiblastula, amphi is going to mean half. So this half related, that is the anterior part is going to have flagella. So the flagella containing this is going to be your anterior part, and the lower, which is not going to have any sort of flagella, which is bare, it is going to be nothing but your posterior part. So ऐसे जो amphiblastula larva होना है that will be found in the example of Sycon. So Sycon, just for remembrance, it is going to be a solitary type of sponge. Then about parenchyma larva, it is going to be larva which is entirely covered in flagella. So पूरा का पूरा larva कोई भी direction में move कर सकता है, and the example is going to be Leucosolania. So this Leucosolania is also going to be an example for the conoidal types of sponges. So like this, जहाँ पे भी आपको examples आते हैं in this particular chapter, you have to go and try to revise कि ये examples पहले कहाँ पे आए थे, so that you do not forget about these in a go while. क्योंकि इतने सारे examples, ये तो अभी सिर्फ एक phylum है, and this one phylum is going to have many examples. Similarly many more phylums to go, and ये जब बहुत सारे examples आ जाएंगे, it might seem difficult to remember all the names according to the phylum. So it becomes very important to continuously revise the examples of the particular phylum. You can also make tricks so that you can remember these phylums examples in a bit easier way. नेक्स्ट इज अबाउट रीजनरेशन. सो रीजनरेशन जैसे रिप्रोडक्शन हो गया, सो रीजनरेशन कैन ऑकर इन द टाइप्स ऑफ स्पॉन्जेस. सो स्पॉन्जेस में सबसे ज़्यादा रीजनरेशन की कैपेसिटी होती है. यू कैन जस्ट कट आउट अ स्पॉन्ज एंड इफ इट लाइज डाउन ऑन टू द ओशन बेड एंड इट हैज़ द एबिलिटी टू कम्प्लीटली रीजनरेट इन टू द न्यू sponge. So उनके पास highest degree of regeneration होता है and this comes because of the presence of undifferentiated archaeocytes. Next about in detail, that is about water canal system. अब water canal system हमने देखा था that it is going to be the characteristic property for the sponges. So water canal system depends कि जैसे evolution हुआ उनकी complexity बढ़ती गई. So based on the complexity of the water canal system, they are typed into three various types. So first होता है the basic one, that is the Ascon type. So Ascon type is going to be the simplest type of water canal system which is present in the Leucosolania. So Ascon type के water system में how the water is going to go. So water जो होता है first of all it is going to enter into the ostia. So if you go and check the diagram down below, so you can see that there are going to be ostias. So dermal ostias से water is going to enter into the canals और वो canals से जब पानी अंदर जाएगा it will enter into the spongiocele and from the spongiocele it will go out from the osculum. So there are only 3 steps जहाँ से the water canal system is going to end. Second or a bit more complex system than Ascon, that is called as Sycon type. Sycon type जैसे नाम है वैसे उसका example, that is Sycon. So here the flow of water is going to be like water जो है वो dermal ostia से पहले enter करेगा and from the dermal ostias it is going to enter into the incurrent canals. Incurrent canals में enter करने के बाद it is going to reach into the radial canals और radial canals के बाद it will enter into the apocytes. Apocytes में enter करने के बाद it is going to go into the spongiocele और जैसे ही spongiocele और the central cavity में enter करेगा from there it is going to go out with the help of osculum. So this is going to be the order for your Sycon type of water canal system. Third or the most complex type of water canal system is going to be found in the spongilla. So उसका जो root होता है that is from the dermal ostia, it will enter into the incurrent canals. Incurrent canals में enter करने के बाद it will enter into the phosphophile which is a new type of cell found in the leukocyte type. फिर वहाँ से ये पानी जो है वो एंटर करेगा into flagellated chambers. Once it enters the flagellated chambers, it goes further into the apocytes. From the apocytes, it is entering into the excurrent canals. After the excurrent canals, it will go into the osculum. So you can see that there are going to be various steps that are going to be involved into the complex type of water canal system, that is leukocyte. So अगर आपने diagram भी अच्छे से देखा है, so then also you can see that the complexity increases. So Sycon type में कैसा था? It was a very simple cup shaped structure which was direct. But Sycon में again the foldings and the canals increased and leukocyte में तो it was the most complex type of water canal system having many different parts of the canal system. Next about water canal system, that is its functions. So water canal system के हमने types तो पढ़ लिए But what is the function of the system? So it is going to have four major functions. That is, first it is food gathering. So since the sponges are going to be filter feeders, they need to gather their food, which is nothing but planktons. So these planktons are going to be captured and gathered with the help of the canal system, and once it enters into the body, they will be captured by the choanocytes for digestion. Then the second, that is transfer of sperms. So from one sponge to another sponge, the sperms need to get into the transfer mode, and that can be helped with the water that is flowing in and out of the sponges, as well as it is going to be facilitated by the water canal system. थर्ड आता है दैट इज रेस्पिरेटरी एक्सचेंज. सो रेस्पिरेटरी एक्सचेंज जैसे हमने देखा, इट इज गोइंग टू ऑकर बिकॉज ऑफ डिफ्यूजन. सो डिफ्यूजन जो होता है दैट इज गोइंग टू ऑकर बिकॉज ऑफ द वाटर कैनाल सिस्टम, so that the oxygen is going to stay into the cells and carbon dioxide is going to go out into the surrounding water. Fourth जो है function about the canal system, that is removal of waste or the excretion process. So the undigested residues of the food that the sponges had eaten, so that is going to be converted into ammonia and eliminated out of the body from the osculum. So this is also again going to occur with the help of diffusion. सो अब हमने देखा कि ये सारा फूड गैदर कर रहा है, देयर इज अमोनिया एक्सक्रीशन गोइंग ऑन, मेनी मोर स्टफ्स दैट इज गोइंग ऑन इन द वाटर कैनाल सिस्टम. सो द मेन इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि ये जो पानी इन एंड आउट कर रहा है ऑफ द वाटर कैनाल सिस्टम, इट नीड्स टू हैव अ वेरी स्लो फ्लो रेट. अगर उनका फ्लो रेट बहुत ज़्यादा होगा, what will happen, the water will just come and get out of the body. But to have these functions going on with each and every flow of water, the flow needs to be very slow so that it can have some time to function these things. So उनका जो flow rate होता है, it is going to be very slow, that is 0.01 mm per second. अब इतना slow होने की वजह से they have the time for the functions of these water canal system. Now let's see about the classification of sponges. So ये classification जो होता है of sponges, it is going to be based on the type of skeleton. So उनके skeleton में there are going to be presence of spicules. So the spicules which are going to be present, as well as the spongin fibers. Along with spicules, there are spongin fibers. Now these spongin fibers as well as the spicules are going to decide on what type of sponge they are going to be categorized. So first जो होते हैं which have calcium present in their spicules, they are going to be called as calcispongiate. Now these calcispongiate having calcareous type of spicules are exclusively found in marine conditions, that is they are marine organisms only, and they can be found in shallow water. So उनको depth ज़्यादा होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, and they can be found in marine conditions only. So example होता है that is साइकॉन and ल्यूकोसोलेनिया. सो जो साइकॉन है उसको एक सेपरेट नाम भी है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज स्काइफा. उसको क्या बोलते हैं, साइकॉन को सेकेंड नेम है दैट इज स्काइफा. एंड ल्यूकोसोलेनिया विच बोथ आर गोइंग टू बी द एग्जांपल्स ऑफ कैल्सीस्पॉन्जिएट. सेकेंड टाइप ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन होता है दैट इज अबाउट हैलोस्पॉन्जिएट. हाइलोस्पॉन्जिएट इज गोइंग टू हैव सिलिकेशियस स्पिक्यूल्स, यानी उनके पास सिलिका होता है in the form of silicon dioxide. So these silicon dioxide made spicules are going to be found in sponges which are again exclusively marine. So they will live only in marine conditions and found in deep seas. Now since they are found in deep seas, उनका जो range है वो नीचे रहेगा as compared to the calcispongiate, since both are also found in marine waters, but differentiate कहाँ होते हैं, on basis of their depth of the appearance. So example आता है यूकोलेप्टा एंड हाइलोनिमा. So यहाँ पे दो examples है, that is Eucalypta and Hyloneema. These are going to have their special names. So these special names are going to be very important on the basis of MCQs. So Eucalypta जो होता है, this Eucalypta is going to be called as the Venus flower basket. What is it called as? It is called as Venus flower basket. And surprisingly, you might not know, but let me tell you that this Venus flower basket is going to be a precious marriage gift that is given in the country, that is Japan. So this स्पॉन्ज दैट इज यूकलिप्टा, उसको जापान में एज अ प्रीवियस गिफ्ट, एज अ मैरिज गिफ्ट देते हैं, बिकॉज द यूकलिप्टा इज गोइंग टू हैव अ वेरी गुड बॉन्डिंग विद द श्रिम्प. जो श्रिम्प होता है, इट इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू बी अ कोस्टल एनिमल. सो दिस श्रिम्प एंड यूकलिप्टा आर गोइंग टू हैव सच अ क्लोज relation, or because of that sort of relationship, that they do not get separated from each other. with that idea कि यूकलिप्टा और श्रिम्प जैसे अलग अलग नहीं होते हैं throughout their lifetime, similarly the couples which are getting married, they should not separate until they die. So with that particular thought, the eucalypta is going to be given as a gift in the marriages that are occurring in Japan. So that is going to be a very important type of MCQ. Eucalypta is going to be the precious marriage gift in Japan and also called as Venus flower basket. अब हाइलोनीमा के बारे में क्या है स्पेशल? हाइलोनीमा इज गोइंग टू बी कॉल्ड एज द ग्लास रोप स्पॉन्ज. व्हाट इज इट कॉल्ड? इट इज कॉल्ड एज ग्लास रोप स्पॉन्ज. सो ये जो अदर नेम्स है अबाउट द typical names, or the you can say the scientific names. So these common names like glass rope sponge, skypha, or Venus flower basket, these are also important, as instead of the names generally that you study, जैसे यूकलिप्टा की जगह पे अगर Venus flower basket ऑप्शन में दिख जाए, then also you should be able to answer that particular question. So because of that reason, we are going to understand both the names which are commonly used as well as their other names. Next जो आता है the classification, that is about the desmospongiate. This desmospongiate is going to have spongin fibers, or you can also have spongin fibers along with silicaceous spicules. It depends. Spongin fibers अकेले भी हो सकते हैं, या they can also appear with the help of silicaceous spicule. So ये जो sponges होते हैं which come under desmospongiate, they can be found in salty marine waters as well as fresh waters. So इनका जो main important difference point है, that is they are going to have their chronocytes which are going to be smaller in size. So this is going to be important. Again, it can be a question कि in which sort of examples the chronocytes are going to be smaller. So example is going to be desmospongiate, जिसमें include होते हैं Euspongia and the Spongilla. Now again another common names. So Spongia is going to be the sponge which is called as bath sponge. What is it called as? It is called as bath sponge. So again this is the other name which is very important to remember. And another thing that you should know about bath sponge, that is it will have only spongin fibers. जैसे हमने देखा अभी ऊपर कि they can have spongin fibers as well as silicaceous spicules. So it will have only spongin fibers present in them. So that is important कि Euspongia को bath sponge भी बोलते हैं, and it is going to be having only the spongin fibers. Another about the spongilla. So spongilla is going to be the sponge which is going to be the only freshwater sponge. So only freshwater sponge as per the NCERT examples, that is spongilla. As we has completed about the topic of poriferans or the sponges, हमने सारे points cover कर लिए हैं. Now as we have covered the points, it is very important for you to recall all the points and revise them, and also attempt the questions so that you do not forget about the theory and you have a better grasp of your knowledge. So उसी के लिए we are going to provide you some questions out here. You can take a screenshot and solve these questions, and do let me know your answers in the comment sections down below. So जो भी ये videos देखते हैं, you can go and discuss out on the comment section about your answers. So ये सारे answers will be very easily solved if you have seen the video carefully and try to make the notes out of it. So with this we end our first part about poriferans. So with this we end our first phylum about Porifera. अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है where you get the points to make your notes and also try to solve questions based on the topics that we studied in this video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Biophilia, and also hit the bell icon so you get notified for the upcoming parts of the chapter. Till we come back with the next part, don't forget to study all those topics. Keep smiling, keep studying hard till we come back. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.